Welcome. Today, we're diving into prevention and protection against fires. It's a topic that matters everywhere, from homes to workplaces. We'll explore key strategies to keep people safe and minimize damage. Let's get started and see how simple steps can make a big difference. Fire is a rapid chemical reaction, oxidation, that releases energy as light and heat. It happens when three things come together: fuel, oxygen, and heat. Often, this creates glowing flames. We call this a chain reaction, fueled by oxygen from the air and triggered by a heat source. When something burns, it's the fuel reacting violently. This intense chemical process is what we recognize as fire. Let's talk about the elements that make fire happen. There are three key ingredients: fuel, heat, and oxygen. Fuel is any material that can burn. Heat is what raises the temperature enough to ignite that fuel. Oxygen is the gas that supports the burning process. Together, these three form what's called the fire triangle. Remove any one of them, and the fire can't start or keep going. Understanding this triangle is the first step in fire safety. Let's clarify two key terms we'll use throughout this talk. First, amago or canado. That's a small fire, one we can put out quickly, right at the start. Then there's incendio, a much bigger, uncontrolled fire that escapes those first crucial minutes and grows beyond control. Understanding this difference helps us see why early action matters so much in fire safety. A brief transitional moment here as we move between sections of the presentation. Let's continue forward to the next topic, which we'll explore in more depth. Heat moves around in three main ways. First, there's radiation, that's heat traveling through space, like the warmth you feel from the sun. Then we have conduction, where heat passes directly through a material, like a metal spoon getting hot in a pot. Finally, convection happens when heat moves through fluids, like warm air rising or water boiling. Understanding these methods helps us see how heat spreads in the world around us. Let's talk about the main causes of fires. First up, friction. It happens when machine parts are broken, misaligned, or when cushions overheat. These issues create enough heat to spark a fire. Then there are electrical causes. Loose wiring, overloaded circuits, and overheated electric motors are the biggest culprits here. In fact, electrical problems account for the highest percentage of fires. Understanding these causes helps us prevent fires before they start. A brief transitional moment here as we move between sections of the presentation. Let's continue forward to the next topic, which we'll explore in more depth. Let's talk about some common causes of fires. One big culprit is uncovered flames. This includes things like cutting torches and welders that aren't used properly. Also, poorly adjusted petroleum or gas lighters can spark trouble. Even using gasoline torches for welding the wrong way can lead to dangerous fires. Understanding these risks helps us prevent accidents before they start. Let's talk about some common causes of fires. One major risk is smoking or allowing smoking near flammable materials. It's a dangerous habit that can quickly lead to disaster. Another cause is hot surfaces. Think about fuel exposed to ovens, chimneys, electric irons, or any hot metal in use. These heat sources can ignite fires if we're not careful. Understanding these risks helps us prevent fires before they start. Let's talk about how fires are classified. The international standard sorts fires based on their nature, what's actually burning. It uses a clear system of symbols to help us quickly identify the fire's class. This way, we know exactly which extinguishing agents to use for each type. It's a simple but powerful way to stay safe and respond effectively when fire strikes. Let's talk about the classification of fire, specifically, Class A fires. These involve solid fuels like wood, paper, fabrics, rubber, and various plastics. When these materials catch fire, they create a specific type of blaze that requires the right approach to extinguish safely and effectively. Understanding this helps us respond correctly and prevent the fire from spreading. Let's talk about Class B fires. These are fires that come from flammable liquids and gases. Think of things like solvents, paints, diesel, oils, LPG, gasoline, and kerosene. These materials catch fire easily and can spread quickly, so understanding their behavior is key to handling them safely. Knowing the type of fire helps us choose the right way to put it out, and that's exactly what this classification is for. Now let's talk about Class C fires. These are fires that happen in energized electrical equipment or installations. Because electricity is involved, we can't just use any extinguisher. We need agents that don't conduct electricity, otherwise, it could be dangerous. So, the key here is using the right kind of extinguisher that's safe and effective for electrical fires. This is crucial for protecting both people and equipment. Now let's look at Class D fires. These are fires involving combustible metals, things like aluminum, titanium, lithium, and zirconium. They can also include nonmetals such as sodium, potassium, magnesium, and hafnium. These fires often happen with powders, chips, or shavings of these materials. Because metals burn differently, they need special attention and specific methods to put them out safely. Now let's talk about Class K fires. These involve cooking oils and fats, the kind you find in kitchens. They're tricky because they burn at high temperatures and spread quickly. To handle these fires safely, we use extinguishing agents based on potassium acetate. This chemical works by cooling the fire and creating a barrier, stopping it from reigniting. Understanding Class K fires is crucial for kitchen safety and effective fire response. Now, let's talk about the fourth method, chain reaction inhibition. This approach stops the chemical reactions that keep a fire burning. It's not just about cooling or smothering the flames, but actually breaking the cycle that fuels combustion. We use special dry chemical powders or agents designed for this purpose. A common example you might recognize is the ABC fire extinguisher, which interrupts the fire's chemistry to put it out effectively. Now, let's focus on prevention measures. These are the steps we take to stop problems before they start. Prevention is about being proactive, anticipating risks, and acting early. It's often more effective and less costly than dealing with issues after they arise. We'll explore practical ways to build these measures into our daily routines and systems, so we stay ahead and keep things running smoothly. Prevention isn't just a strategy, it's a mindset. A brief transitional moment here as we move between sections of the presentation. Let's continue forward to the next topic, which we'll explore in more depth. Let's take a closer look at the different types of fire extinguishers. Each one is designed for specific kinds of fires, so knowing which to use can make all the difference. We'll explore how they work, what fires they're best for, and why choosing the right extinguisher is crucial for safety. Understanding this helps us respond quickly and effectively when every second counts. Here's the procedure for use. Once you're ready, remove the seal along with the safety ring. Then, grab the handle with one hand, and with your other hand, take hold of the hose end. This simple sequence makes sure you're set up safely and securely before moving forward. When tackling small fires, there are some key techniques to keep in mind. First, always approach from the direction the wind is blowing. This helps push the smoke away and improves your chances of putting out the fire effectively. If the heat gets intense, use a dry chemical powder curtain as a shield to protect yourself. These simple steps can make a big difference in controlling a fire before it spreads. When tackling small fires, one key technique is to aim the stream right at the base of the flame. That's where the fire feeds and grows. If you spray in bursts or intermittently, the fire can actually keep spreading. So, steady and direct is the way to go. It cuts off the fire's fuel and stops it from advancing. This simple but crucial approach makes all the difference in controlling a blaze early on. When dealing with small fires, one key technique is to sweep the nozzle quickly from side to side, like a fan. This helps cover the entire front of the fire evenly before moving forward. The goal is to attack the fire's face completely, so we don't get caught off guard or trapped as we advance. It's about staying safe while controlling the flames efficiently. Thank you all for being here and sharing this time with me. I hope you found the ideas inspiring and useful. Let's keep the conversation going and turn what we've learned into action. Until next time, take care and keep pushing forward. Gracias.